Let's do one more. Last one for real, though. I do not have the energy to do one past 2:30. I'll do one last one. If I don't get sub 1 first, I need to mentally tell myself that, hey, I did everything in my power to try and be first. And if I stop trying right now, then I know that I didn't do everything that I could. I'm gonna play without audio for a bit, though, because my headset is so warm. Ugh. 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 Drink something? Good idea. I mean it, though. This is my last run. I'm not doing one more after this. Wait, Awesomer's leaving before the end of a stream? What is happening? Holy. Good look on entry, though. I messed up the spin attack. Dude, my spin attack. No, I'm not resetting from a 5-second time loss right now. Imagine that's what loses a sub 1. That'd be so funny. Whoa, did you guys see that damage boost? That actually saved time. That was sick. Got the spin attack in. Messed it up. Got the spin attack in, and that should be it. Cool. I don't think I want to drink coffee because I think if I had coffee right now without eating food, I'd feel a little bit sick, if I'm being honest. Call Gordon Ramsay because I just dropped a beef. Dude, I love Gordon Ramsay. Do you know what my favorite thing about Gordon Ramsay is? How kind he is. Like, I've never once seen a clip where he's not, like, the kindest human being ever. Do you want corn dog? I feel like a corn dog would, like, make me feel a bit sick right now, Maisie, if I'm being honest with you. I feel like that's a lot of grease and fat. I think what I want most in this world right now, but I can't have that at 1:30 in the morning, is a salad. Wait, you know what, Maisie? After this run is done, let's go to Whataburger. I haven't tried their salads yet. You know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to try a Whataburger salad. In terms of calories, they're pretty decent. So let's do it. After this run, let's go to the 2:30 Whataburger run. And I get to meet my favorite man. There's a guy, the actual manager, who works at the local, Whataburger. And he's like the nicest human being I've ever met. And he always starts working super omega early in the morning. I'm talking like usually like 3, 4 in the morning. And I guess it's kind of weird. I guess I have kind of a strange name, Linus, and I always come in the middle of the night. So it's always awesome to meet him. He's like a highlight when I go to the Whataburger. I'll try and recreate how it sounds like, okay? So I always place a mobile order first, right? Just to like save some time. And then I come up to the window to the drive-thru. And I'm like, hi, I'm just picking up a mobile order for Linus. Oh, Linus? Oh, hi, Linus. Just pull around through the next window, sir. And then I come around and it's like, Linus, it's so nice to meet you again. Oh, my goodness. How are you doing this morning? And I'm like, I'm doing good, sir. And he's like, I'm glad to hear that. Well, here you go, sir. Thank you so much for the business as always. You have a great rest of your morning. And I can't really recreate his voice, but he has like such a perfect voice. He is like, I don't know, but he's always so, he seems genuinely thankful and excited to both see a customer and to get their business. Does that make sense? Like, you can tell that it's not like a fake forced one. That is like, he's like genuinely thankful. And I feel like it's just so rare to find these days. And like, I kind of just think like, dude, I cannot think of many people who could, and I'm assuming he's the manager, by the way, I don't know if he's the manager. I just assume so because he's so thankful for the business and he's so kind and he works there at 3 in the morning, but like, sorry, and the morning shift, but maybe not 3 in the morning, but like morning shift. But maybe even if he's not, no matter if he's the manager or if he's just an employee there, I'm telling you this, I wish there was more people like that in the world that are just genuinely happy and just genuinely so kind. Because I'm telling you something right now. Even if I was the manager, you cannot fake. I cannot fake day after day his excitement. Like, he has genuine excitement and happiness to interact with people and see people again. And I cannot think of many people that I've met in my entire life that would be that happy working at Whataburger during the morning shift. You can fake that. As someone who worked for a short amount of time in a grocery store, and anyone else who's worked in the industry, I can tell you firsthand, there is a difference between someone who you can see genuinely showing joy and someone who is just being polite. Because what you are, if you just want to be like a good employee, is you're just polite. There's a difference between being genuinely excited to see someone over and over again. I'm also going to tell you one thing, Meatball Thrower, because this is a genuine life advice. It's 1:40 in the morning, so I'm going to tell you something that is actual life advice right now, okay? It's going to be deep, but I'm going to be honest with you. I would recommend you to change your mindset, and I'm being dead-ass serious. Because even if it is true that you can fake that day after day to that genuine excitement, I think that the problem here is you, because why would you go around assuming that people would force that and fake that? Wouldn't it be a nicer life to assume that some people genuinely are happy with life and it makes you happy, instead of going around assuming that everyone who's kind is just being fake? Because just assuming that is just going to make you more unhappy. Call me stupid, call me crazy, call me fooled, call me debated. I don't care, man. I feel like that's just a not funner way to go around life. Yeah, I think there's like 3 levels of optimism in life. I think 1 is a healthy amount, which is what I just advocated for. I think the unhealthy amount is like maybe what I am, which would be like, because there's a way to technically take it too far forward, where I'm not even gonna advocate for that. For example, random dude walks up to me at gas station at 1 in the morning and say, hey man, I don't have any gas money. Can you give me some gas money? And I can see he has a car parked. Many people, there may be a lot of people who draw the line. I assume the best in people and assume that that person genuinely doesn't have money and need money for gas. So I'll give him 20 bucks. So like there is definitely like a line where maybe it's too far. So I'm not going to sit around a kid like that. You should go as far as I am in terms of trying to be optimistic. But at least it's assuming the best in people to some extent. Let me tell you, it's a lot nicer. There's 3 levels of optimism. The one I described that cuts to a Joker 2 ad. Yeah. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, exactly, chat. There's 3 levels of optimism. There's the one I described, and there's Joker 2. Oh. I can't seem to get the rung warp to work. If you send me a clip of an attempt, I could tell you. Now I can tell you if you want me to what you're doing wrong. I've failed it enough times and gotten it correctly enough times now where I can start troubleshooting it. So if you send me a video of it, I could tell you what part went wrong. Hi, Bowser's bored. Nice to see you. Chad, I'm gonna tell you a crazy serious thing. When I go back, if I were to go back, I think that like when I was very, very depressed in a moment in time when I first moved to Germany. Because I was extremely alone. I didn't understand the language. And so I felt like I was literally not only alone because I didn't have friends around, but I also felt alone because even going to the store, I felt like, you know, like I couldn't even say, you know, like, hello, have a good day, you know, like, and have even an interaction like that. And, you know, I was living alone and I was really also struggling with money, right? Like I basically could not afford my rent and my bills and food. So more than half of my meals were straight up just ramen, Insta ramen. It was the most stressful time of my life and I was not happy. And I'll tell you during that time, do you know what genuinely was the best thing that I did in my life when I was so depressed and so lonely and I did not like anything and I was frustrating because, you know, I was lonely. I didn't have any money. I was super... And, like, I was frustrated about work because I wasn't growing. This is the #1 thing that made me feel happy. Then actually helped me get out of helped me get out of it a bit. I implemented a daily walk into my life. I'm not kidding. It helped mentally so much. It sounds so stupid, but I mean it. I made damn sure to take a walk out in the sun every single day for at least 30 minutes to an hour every single day. And I'm just telling you, taking a walk outside for an hour and clearing my head made a significant difference. And when I made myself do that every day and I kept that up for a while, after a while, I would usually feel more happy and motivated mentally when I would come inside from a walk. That the hard stuff that I was so depressed, that I was too depressed to actually want to deal with and do. I noticed that after I'd done the walks for long enough, I had the energy to do some stuff that I've been putting off working on to get myself out of the slump once I got in from my walk. So I mean it when I say that. If you want an easy solution, it doesn't feel as much as like, I just go to a therapist and talk about everything and get better forehead. Then I mean it when I say that the easiest thing I could tell you to help kind of get out of the slump that helped me a lot was walks. And if you want to be like, you know what, it's not going to help me that much mentally, then hey, even if you try it for a month, a walk every day, and it does not make you feel better mentally, and I was wrong, then you got 1 month of exercise out of it. So it's still a win-win. So I'm telling you it will help, but even if you go out of that thinking it's not going to help, and you're still getting an exercise out of it. Now, that being said, obviously, I would never touch grass. I gotta, you know, keep my, you know, my persona up. I don't touch grass. Also, awesomers, while I'm on the topic of more serious stuff, I'm gonna feel bad if I don't say this verbally out loud. You said you had a job interview. I know I jokingly said you can't miss a stream because you never miss a stream, but legitimately, if you need sleep for your job interview, don't worry about it, man. Appreciate you watching, but take care of your own stuff. What if I'm morbidly obese and get out of my chair? Hypothetically, of course. Then you're gonna get an even greater workout. So it's a triple win instead of a win-win. Even better. I can't confirm. I actually got myself a dog to force myself to go outside every single day, and it was the best decision of my life. That's so sweet. I like that. I love dogs. You know, this really, really reminds me of the old Wind Waker grind days, like in 2018, 2019, where my eyes would start to almost burn because I'm getting tired, but I'm like addicted to the grind, so I'm like, just one more run, just one more run. This is truly, truly a throwback. Yeah, the one at least kind of nice thing, different from like 2018 me until now, is one thing. And oh man, people are actually going to be shocked by this. In 2017 and 2018, I actually had something called, don't panic, a schedule. Not only did I have a schedule, I followed it. I followed that thing for like 2.5 years. I was always within like an hour of 5 p.m. I followed that thing to a T. So the only nice thing about that is whenever I would have like a night where I'd be like, oh man, I can't stop grinding a speedrun. Back then, I would sleep like too little the next day so that I would like, so I could stream in my normal time. Nowadays, if I'm like, for example, because of now I'm staying up this late, tomorrow I'm probably, okay, I was gonna say I would either not stream or stream late, but knowing myself, I'm probably still gonna stream just late because I'm kind of addicted right now, but but yeah, nowadays if I just do this late of a stream, then I just, you know. What's your stream schedule these days? I don't really have a stream schedule. If I'm being honest with you, I can only bring back a stream if I'm being realistic with you guys and not just like copium, like, oh, it's gonna come back. Not just to bring one back for a short amount of time, but to actually truly bring one back and stick to it. I'll tell you right now, the only way that I could bring a schedule and follow it back is if my YouTube channel grew so much that I could afford to get more people working for me. And I mean that because I cannot manage everything, do enough stuff on YouTube as I do, and also Maisie has been getting a lot better at helping me with the thumbnail, so that has offset a lot of my mental stress. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like a real, like, it's helped me so much mentally having someone helping me with thumbnails. But yeah, like if I were to be able to get like either Maisie or someone else helping me more with the thumbnails, but also having like a manager of some sort that helps me with the YouTube and Twitch, I could lock in a schedule. The reason why in the past I was able to have such a consistent stream schedule is because I didn't care about YouTube. I just didn't care. I just only did Twitch and I didn't do anything on YouTube. So it was really easy for me to just do a schedule like a work schedule, you know, on stream. I will also say that one thing that was nicer about that too was, I will say that whole thing about, you know, like, oh, work is always on my mind is often a lot thanks also to YouTube, not actually Twitch. YouTube is, in general, added a lot more stress to my life, but I also think that it is, like, the correct path for the future to diversify. Because I just got a bit scared about... Man, I'm gonna sound like an old man. I got a wife, and I got a house, and I feel like I can't just only have one source of income as a content creator on Twitch and rely on that. I really want to be able to have a diversify in between YouTube and Twitch so that if something happens, you know, on one of the platforms, I will still be able to pay my bills. And provide Maisie with an amazing life. First try, poggers. Banned on Twitch, Monkess. You know, I actually thought about this, not to come out here and be like, not to be like that guy right now, but did you see how Twitch added a feature where your getting banned on the platform expires now? So the 3 strike system you have, they all expire. And maybe this sounds really stupid, and I know people will maybe get mad at this take, but I'm gonna be honest. So now when Twitch has openly, because I'm sure, have you seen in the past that people would get mad on social media where someone has gotten banned like 7 times, but they're still not perma-banned? So now they have a pretty open system that's actually like, not just like, you know, 1-to-1 if you're a big streamer, where instead now there's like, hey, you can see the strikes you've gotten and they eventually expire. Anyways, I was gonna say this, not to sound like that guy, but as someone who has I have streamed on this platform since 2013. I have never been banned for breaking terms of service. The only time I was ever banned was for a fake copyright strike that was removed the next day. That is the only time I've ever been quote-unquote banned. So I gotta say, I think that being able to get strikes removed if they're false or they're unfair is good. But being able to break terms of service, get a ban, and then waiting for it to quote-unquote expire and then be able to go again, I kind of don't like it. I feel like that just motivates people to try and push the limits and the envelope of the rules to get an advantage of what is barely allowed on the platform. And they keep pushing that envelope and pushing that envelope. And then once they get one ban, they're like, oops, sorry. Because now they know, oh shit, it's fine. If I keep pushing this envelope and the rules over and over again, it's going to be fine because they're going to expire and it's going to be completely fine. Yeah, don't get me wrong. The old ban system absolutely sucked. I mean, I'm not going to say any names, but I know a lot of streamers. And on Twitter, especially, there is always people who are really mad at certain types of streamer that made certain types of content that were a little bit controversial. You know, where they would receive their like 10th ban, you know, and they were still on the platform. So I understand that this system of making it transparent, so you can't just be like, you know, having a big top streamers who are pushing the envelope, who's going, you know, in specific categories a little bit, and they keep, you know, just kind of getting it over. Now, yeah, now there's a fair system. That's good. It's not just benefiting the biggest individuals, but I would personally just prefer, hey, if you do certain things that were like, if you did things that like, okay, this was so vague that like you didn't know, you couldn't have known that you were breaking TOS, or it's very reasonable that you didn't know, then, you know, like it can get removed. But for things that like it's clearly breaking terms of service, I think those things should stay. I'm being honest. Germa for being old. I don't even think Germa is old, man. Germa is just awesome. I'm so excited for Whataburger, dude. Am I the only one here excited about Whataburger? I'm so excited for bed. Maisie, please don't get too tired, though. We have such an exciting night ahead of us. That's true. Every time I've said Whataburger, you're actually right. My mouth is watering every time because I'm so hungry for Whataburger. We don't have Whataburger here. Is it good? I would say Whataburger is technically like mid-tier slash slightly better than mid-tier, but it's not like incredible. The thing that makes Whataburger great is that Whataburger is open 24/7, 364 days of the year. They are closed on Christmas, and that's it. That's not an over-exaggeration. They're always open. The whole thing about Whataburger is that they're always there for you. So it's like mid-tier fast food, but you can always get it, which makes it so good, because there's a lot of times when it's like late at night, you really want something, but nothing's open. And then you know you can just always... You can always get it. Dude. Oh my god, I can't believe that made it up. That is actually true. Maisie had an actual bone in her chicken finger at Burger King the other time we went there. It's kind of gross. She did not eat anymore after she found it. She was like on her second chicken finger, and then she randomly was like, just like went, ooh, I bit into something, and she was like, I think it's the bone. I was like, it's not a bone. You're crazy. This is because, you know, it's kind of almost like nuggets, but it's been like made into the shape of a finger. And then she like just showed me the piece, and I was like, oh my god, no, that's an actual piece of bone. No, basically the equivalent of finding a tiny bone in a nugget, chicken nugget. It's not like you're buying a wing and you expect bones in it. Yeah, Burger King is kind of low tier. I will occasionally go to Burger King because I have a weak spot for some reason for the Whopper. So sometimes I'll do it, but every time my tummy is a little bit upset afterwards. But sometimes I just gotta get a Whopper, man. R-Dog, holy shit!
What are you doing?
Thank you so much for the 35 gifted subs! Holy crap! Dude! Wait, does Twitch no longer match? Are we actually 3 minutes late? Is that actually a thing? Anyways, thank you so much, Arvdog. I really appreciate that. Holy crap, thank you. Thank you so much. Honestly, I respect it though. Can we get a Giga Chat for Arvdog? He sat and waited until the minute after September was over, and he was like, nah, fuck that. He waited until the minute after September ended to drop a massive bomb. That is such a Giga Chad move though, to be real. I didn't say that, Awesomers. I was quoting what R-Dog said. And I just want to keep the quote accurate. Alright. Chat, we have about another 2 minutes of cutscenes, and then after that, it's the final run. It's the rung warp, and it's the final dungeon. And we'll see if we can get it. Oh my god, did I just say no? Oh shit, my headset is low battery. Need that for the game audio.
Yeah.
I hate this cutscene. I literally could fall asleep during it. Maybe we should just start taking like power naps during this like 5 minutes of cutscenes. Yeah, this, like, because, like, I'm okay with an early game having a lot of cutscenes, because once you're past early game, it's exciting. This really sucks, though, because it's like, you got past the early game, and you're, like, entering the mindset of being in a speedrun, you know? You did the first dungeon, and you got past the tutorial. So then getting another 5 minutes of cutscenes just kind of takes you out of it, in my opinion. I really hope they find a way to skip this. Unfortunately, the thing that sucks is that this happens immediately after you leave Dungeon 1 and beat it. And you would really be locked out of some stuff for in the future, too, if you skip this. Alright. I don't get why this game has a skip cutscene button, but it barely uses it. Yeah, it only uses it for, you ready for this? When I found this out, I almost got mad. The skip feature that they added in this game, shout out to Grezzo, the developer, they only enable it for the opening cutscene to boss fights. That's it. No, it's not connected to cutscenes without text. It is literally only used for the opening cutscenes of boss fights. That's it. And the smoothie too. Okay, fine. And smoothie, sure. But, like, come on. That's literally it. No other cutscenes. Even cutscenes that don't have text, you can skip. It is literally just when you refight bosses. My guess is that Grezzo did not think about replayability or speedrunning. Here is my assumption into why Grezzo made this decision. Okay? I guess I'm just assuming, but here's my thought behind this, the developers. My thought would be this. Oh, wow, what if the player is bad and dies a lot during the boss? We should make it skippable so that if you have to refight it again because you died, you can skip it. And then I'm assuming also the same logic with the smoothie, which is, oh wow, casual might actually re-see the smoothie cutscene many, many times, so we should skip it. So I think they basically had no thought behind replayability or speedrunners. Speedrunners I totally get, but the replayability part, I still think you should be allowed to skip cutscenes. But yeah, my guess is that literally they just thought, well, in a first playthrough of the game, these are two types of cutscenes that people run into that's boring. What about New Game Plus? Nope. Even on Hero Mode, you cannot. Because that's what they did in Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword, Nintendo was pretty pog. When Nintendo made Skyward Sword, they said, hey, let's make it so that on your normal playthrough, you can skip cutscenes. But when you play it on Hero Mode, which you unlock after... What the hell? Which you unlock after... beating the game, you can skip the cutscenes. But yeah, it's probably just related to the fact that it's Grezzo that was the developer, not Nintendo, because ever since Skyward Sword, Nintendo has gone out of their way to add skippable cutscenes every time. What are the unusual crystals for? The unusual crystals are to make the last fight doable, because you want to be able to upgrade the sword to level 2. You get 5 from beating Dungeon 1, and then you pick up 5 quick ones in the overworld on the way to unlocking the warps you need for setting up the wrong warp glitch anyways, and getting the P-hat. And then that's what's used for Setting everything up. All right, here we go. Final run of the day. We're coming up on the rung warp and the main tricks. Can we do it? Here we go. Come on, don't mess up the rung warp. And, don't mess up the rung warp and, don't die again. I got the correct frame in the first one, but wasn't in the fog. There we go. All right. Here we go. I hate that I failed it a few times earlier today, so now I overthink this rung warp. Before, I thought it was so easy. I think I got it. Unless it was too late. Got it. Okay. Got a good run. Woo! Okay. Minute and 30 seconds ahead going into endgame. That is clean. Now he's got to not die, dude. I finally got some leeway into endgame as well, so... He's got to not die. The unfortunate thing is there's not, like, a lot of stuff I can do safer here, because most of it is just not don't die. Which is not like, oh, just be a little bit safer, because a lot of it is, like, one hit, you know? Alright, I got to lock in, though. Dude, hit me. Oh! Dude, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, don't dive to the Lionel again, please. No! That's fine, I have... Damn it. Dude, not again. This Lionel every time. That's fine. One death is fine. Come on, just don't do it again, man. I took more damage than I wanted to there. Come on, Link. Come on, please. Link, please. Thank God. First try. Don't die here. Nice. Dude. Dude. Oh, dude. Stop. I swear to God. Menuing. Yeah, I can't start. You can't start climbing though when the wind's on. It will make you fall off. All right, here we go. Can we get the sub 1? Can we go through this without dying? Please. Decent. So many skip that because he does a slow dodging thing if he does that, but it's fine. Oh god. I do not want to risk this. I want a heart. Dude, target the thing that's the closest. Yeah, the priority of the targeting is very strange. Sometimes in this one, for sure. Okay, I was able to skip the attack at least. We'll take that. Pretty clean. Nice, got an insta there. Nice. All right. Phase 1 done. He's so close to dying. Got him. All right. Here we go. Oh, come on. Yeah, you do get better swimming equipment throughout the game. There's an accessory for it. Nice! 2-in-1 cycle. Almost. Oh, this positioning is gonna be rough. Okay, it worked. I'll take it. I was scared it wasn't gonna be white, but it was. Okay. It's always the in-between phases that's the hardest here. Clean. Oh my god. That's my bad. It didn't target the right one. Damn it. To target the right hand. Not gonna make it in time. Okay, we're coming up on the part that always kills me. After I destroy this hand here, we're coming up on the lizards, and that's always what gets me. Come on, Link! Link! I hate when he does that. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Dude. All right, here we go. That was slow, but whatever. Come on, lizards. This is not die. I can take the time loss. We have the spare. Come on. Come on. Link, please spin attack it. Nice. Come on. Yes, 2 and 1. Oh no, not this face. Oh, that's some really bad positions. Please. Please get it this time, Link. Please. Please. Link! Link! Oh my god! I think that's it. That's it. Oh my god, an actual good world record without any major terrible mistakes. One small mistake inside of the final dungeon, and that is it. 57-14. That is the new Echoes of Wisdom any percent world record. Sub 1 hour. Oh my goodness. 10.5 hour stream. Oh my god. Oh, it's over. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, I did it. I did. Woo. Oh my god. GG. What a night. Oh my god.